Is today's housing market different or the same as 2008? I've been reading a lot of articles from economists, and the data points provide me with context and clarity, specifically as it relates to the housing market, being homes that people own or have mortgages on. So this does not apply to rentals. So in 2008, we had a recession that was caused specifically by the housing and mortgage industries. And that recession was the first of its kind. In the 4 previous recessions from 2008, 3 of the 4 showed home price appreciation during those recessions. 1991 was the only one that showed home price depreciation nationally at a rate of 1.9%. That's not a scary number. So even in 2001, post 9/11, home prices appreciated nationally at a rate of 6.6%. That's a big number. That's a big number. What are some other varying data points that make now different than 2008? There are so many, and they're all very positive. The first one is, in 2008, homeowners were using their equity as like an ATM machine. Homeowners had pulled out over $800 billion of equity from their homes. Now, homeowners have pulled out roughly $232 billion from their homes. So 2008 was a 4-fold increase, people pulling cash out of their homes. Today, 32% of homes are paid for. So that leaves the remaining 68%. And of that 68%, half of those homes have more than 50% equity. People are acting conservatively. They are sitting on a lot of wealth in those homes. I don't know about you, but when I was younger and bought my first home, my dad told me, stretch, push the limit on what you can afford, get into that house because you'll grow into it with your career. That is not how people are handling home ownership today. Post 2008, home mortgages account for about 15% of a homeowner's income versus the previous decades of 21 to 25%. So another lesson learned from 2008, people are more conservative. In 2008, we had a housing surplus. In 2020, we have a housing shortage. That's nationally and in Las Vegas. And when you have a shortage of inventory, the inventory becomes more valuable, which means it continues to appreciate. So if you look at all those facts, you look at, with the exception of 2008, which was a housing and mortgage industry driven recession. You had a recession in 2001, you saw 6.6% appreciation. You had a recession in 1991, you saw a decline of 1.9%. In 1981 and 1980, you saw home price appreciation as well, and I don't have the numbers memorized, but it was well over 3%. Let's say it's 4, 5, and 6%. Good numbers. You have homeowners not using their homes as ATM machines. You have the majority of homeowners sitting on a great deal of equity. You have homeowners who are not stretching what they can afford for a mortgage payment, and you have a housing shortage, which increases the demand, which makes it more expensive. So for all of these reasons, we are not in a 2008 position. We are in uncharted territory, that is for sure. But recessions do not mean that the housing market declines. It did in 2008, but that was a very different set of facts. So I just hope to provide this data. This data will give you some context and some clarity of where we are. I don't have a crystal ball, but I love economist data. And I hope that you're all staying safe and healthy. If you are curious about the value of your home, reach out. We'll provide you with a comparative market analysis via email. And if you're interested in buying or selling this year, we can provide you with a home guide for free as well. The real estate market is moving on. We have a closing tomorrow. I have 2 buyers who are very qualified that are eager to get out there. And I have 3 new listings coming on the market. And these are not fire sales. These are people that were ready to sell. And so they're getting their houses ready to list, following some of the steps from the video last week about the things you can do to get your home ready to sell. So that's where we are. Sending everybody good vibes and well wishes during this time. And if you have any questions about your home, about Las Vegas in general, reach out. I would love to be of help.